I, Jordan Halloran, take you, Leah Jackson, to be my wife.
I promise to be true to you.
I promise to be true to you.
In good times and in bad.
In good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love you.
To love you.
And to honor you.
And to honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
I, Leah Jackson.
I, Leah Jackson.
Take you, Jordan Halloran.
Take you, Jordan Halloran.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
I promise to be faithful to you.
Promise to be faithful to you.
In good times.
Good times.
And in bad. In sickness. And in health. To love you.
Yeah.
And honor you.
And honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
May the Lord in his kindness.
Leah, receive this ring
As a sign of my love.
as a sign of my love
And my fidelity.
and my fidelity.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father,
And of the Son.
and of the Son,
And of the Holy Spirit.
and of the Holy Spirit.
Jordan, receive this ring
As a sign of my love.
as a sign of my love
And my fidelity.
and my fidelity.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father,
And of the
and
Son.
of the Son,
And of the Holy
and
Spirit.
of the Holy Spirit.
Me so your love.
I asked Jordan and Leah last night, whereabouts people came from for today. And they said, Colorado, Massachusetts, Atlanta, pretty much all over. And it truly amazes me that all of you show up for just a free meal.
When Leah was born, when she was little, her eyes were as big as they are right now. They were like headlights.
And even though we were born cousins, we've always felt like sisters. And I couldn't be more honored to get to be beside you on such a momentous occasion in your life. So thank you.
I haven't met yet. I'm Samantha. I'm Leah's cousin. There's only a month of age difference between us, and like Rachel, we really grew up like sisters.
Those of you who don't know me and my brother Aaron, this is Aaron and I'm Devin Halloran, brothers of Jordan, House of Stark, and Keepers of the North.
Ballet, dance, was her passion. And from the time she was like, 7 years old until she graduated high school, she was in the ballet. She spent a lot of time at the ballet, and ballet was like her second home.
So when I was thinking about my speech, I was reminiscing about our childhood, and I got a bit sidetracked. I started going through old photos of our family, and with every photo, the holidays, the birthdays, our first communions, confirmations, and our graduations, I had this overwhelming wave of gratefulness for my family.
We were together, it felt like it was us against the world and anything was possible.
Yeah, so thanks again, everybody. I think I'd just like to start off pointing out like how gorgeous Leah is as a bride.
But I believe this. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I believe this. I think it was the little girls, the little innocent girls at the ballet that taught each other how to drink and party and swear like sailors.
And I thought about where it all started and who I could be grateful for. And I thought about our grandparents, two people who met, who fell in love, and got married. And here we are today, many years later, celebrating two people, Leah and Jordan, who met, who fell in love, and got married.
Until, of course, we disagreed about something, which we always did, and then it was Leah and I against each other.
I was gonna be the best little person here, and she has definitely beat me in that. Little disappointing, but kudos to you, Leah.
So then, boom, she's at The Ohio State University. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun for us too. We got to go down there, and Leah made all kinds of new friends, and a lot of them are here too. And that was fun. And of course, she followed in her mother's footsteps and graduated with honors, with a nursing degree. And
Jordan, from the moment Leah introduced you to our family, you just fit right in. It was almost as if there was a space in our family that I never knew existed until you filled it. You're kind, you were generous, you're hardworking. I couldn't be happier that Leah found you. Now I know you know this because you put a ring on it, but you hit the jackpot with Leah.
It never took long to recover from any of our disputes, but I do have one memory that sticks as being particularly tough for our relationship.
Next, we'd just like to say how well the bridal party looks. Ladies, you all look gorgeous and like a bunch of rockets.
but then Jordan Halloran comes in. He all of a sudden he's on the scene, and so and I think that's Irish, right? Yeah, I think that's Irish. So they meet on St. Patrick's Day, and I think that's the luck of the Irish, right there. But I will tell you that was the day that they both hit the lottery. Now, granted, Jordan's jackpot was a little bit bigger. But we are so happy that Jordan is in our family. And Leah, I'm so glad that you found her. So, here's to Leah and Jordan. May you always feel the love that's in this room. May you have many children, and may the grandparents visit the children often. May you go on lots of trips, and may your kids play soccer and dance ballet. So here's to a wonderful life.
Not only is she beautiful, but she's extremely intelligent. She's fierce. She's not afraid to stand up for herself or for anyone else that's in need. She is all her own. She's our Leah.
We were 7. Leah and her older brother John came to spend the night with me, my older sister Ellie.
Gentlemen, you guys clean up well. Jordy,
You look like crap. About a month ago, Jordan and Leah were over at Elena and I's house, and we were sitting there, and they were talking about, how Jordan had about like just 5 or 6 tables of just friends. And, it really is amazing and cool. Thinking like, he could have had any one of these guys like here that he's friends with. So he's groomsmen. The groomsmen were very lucky to stand up here next to him. He really could have chosen any one of us to do this speech. But, he didn't really know who he wanted to choose, so he actually all drew straws. And unfortunately, Aaron and I lost.
But when I look at you and how you look at her, I know that you love her with all your heart. And I couldn't be more grateful that you two met, that you fell in love, and that you got married. I love you both so much. Leah and Jordan.
Like good kids of the 90s, without internet or cell phones, we were just making up our own fun. We planned an elaborate wedding, complete with gowns and suits. We had someone to officiate the wedding, and there's even photos from the day, so we got a photographer. The trouble was, Leah and I were brides who wanted to marry the same groom, Ellie. Ellie was an impressive tomboy, but Leah, being the guest in our house, ultimately got to choose. She got to marry Ellie, and I was saddled with John. I really couldn't understand why she didn't want to marry her brother. And she couldn't understand why I wanted to marry my sister. Anyways, we were 7, we weren't much for marriage at the time, so we ditched our grooms, went back to being single 7-year-olds. But the truth is, Leah is so sweet and charming and a touch fiery, and growing up alongside her was no different.
So, Joe, there's something that I've been wanting to ask you leading up to this day. You've achieved so much, both personally, professionally, with athletics. I just really want to know, how does it feel to be Mom's favorite for the first time since you were born?
I always wanted to be with her. She was and is just the very best company to have. There's something about her that is so special.
Always be dad, yeah. Joking aside, I really loved watching you on your journey and you succeeding, and Leah is without a doubt the peak of that journey. I want you to realize that this is probably the best hand that you're ever going to get dealt. So any other championship aside, man, this is your biggest win.
When I first met Jordan, it did not take long to wonder if he was special enough for Leah.
A little history between Jordy and I. We first met in the 90s. When peeing in bushes and drinking water out of a garden hose was the way of life. And the Cleveland Browns were still the laughing joke of the NFL. I knew that was coming. Who did?
It was pretty clear that they had both found someone who was truly equal in love.
Ever since I was little, Jordan always wanted to do what I wanted to do. Parties, sports, hanging out with friends, etc. Fast forward to today, he's still doing the same thing. He even wore the same suit as me today. Jordan and I literally do everything together. It's actually funny hearing what Aaron thinks me and Jordan are attached by. We golf, watch sports, we even go to B-dubs every Thursday night for trivia together. He's not only been a big brother to me, but a best friend. Jordy, he's always pushed me to be the best person I can be. Whether that's, work, school, sports, life in general, you name it. And I thank you for that.
At a family party, my impression of Jordan was, wow, he is incredibly relaxed and so loving among a big group of huggers and loud kids and Jackson brothers.
I also want to thank you for doing something that is probably the most meaningful thing to me. That's introducing me to Elaine, the love of my life. So thank you.
He just freely gives his love and has never had to feign it around the people that Leah loves.
It's fair to say brothers don't always see eye to eye. By any grief we give each other, or have given each other in the past, it is and always will be offset by an unbreakable bond we have between us.
It is such an honor to witness that love between Jordan and Leah.
It's seriously amazing that I'm able to call these two my brothers, and even more so that we now get to call Leah our sister. This has definitely been a super fun run as a boys-only club, but it's time we open our doors to a woman that's as special and wonderful as Leah.
So I've only been married for 3 years. I also have very little in the way of advice to give just yet.
We want to kind of wrap this thing up. You know, we've both never been married before, so we don't really know any really tips or advice to give you. So we're just gonna kind of wing it. Leah, please place your hand down on the table. Jordy, put yours on top of hers. I want you to realize that is the last time you have the upper hand in this relationship.
But I think that Father Jay said it perfectly in Mass when he said, be instruments of healing. And in your marriage, I hope that that's true. I know that it will be, and that the sacrament of matrimony is the greatest gift that you've given each other. Marriage is binding in a way that is so freeing, because on your very best and very worst days, you can rest in the knowledge that you will choose to love each other, no matter what. And unlike 7-year-old Leah, this is the relationship she has truly, deeply chosen. And I know the same is true of you, Jordan. I love you. We love you. I hope that you both feel all of us rejoicing in your new journey. So if we can, one last time, let's all raise our glasses for the beautiful newlyweds.
Joe, I hope you realize how lucky you are today. You get to leave here with a wife who is beautiful, loving, caring. Leah, you're kind of lucky too. You get to leave here with a super nice dress, a bunch of flowers. I'd get that ring of praise though. He's like Tim and he loves a bargain.
Lastly, we just kind of want to let you guys know, obviously relationships can be really tough. I just want you to kind of look around the room, realize how special this day is. Whenever you guys are going through a tough time, just remember this day. Let it be a reminder that the best is yet to come. All right. We'd like to finish this up by saying what an honor it is to be Jordan's co-best man today. It truly is a blessing. It gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to stand. I'd like you all to raise your glasses to a toast to Jordan and Leah, the new Mr. and Mrs. Halloran. We wish well for the future and hope they enjoy a long and happy marriage. Love you guys. Cheers.